My name is Rebeca Vargas, and I am a senior at Sacramento High School. I am one of the co-recipients of the 2015 Transforming Youth Through Travel Scholarship with Context Travel. My obsession with Paris, and with the Eiffel Tower in particular, began when I visited a yard sale one Saturday morning on my way to work. I was looking for clothes, but instead I found a beautiful piece of decor for my room. It was a statue of the word Paris, with the Eiffel Tower representing an A. That was 3 years ago. Since then, I have picked up anything with the image of the Eiffel Tower. I never imagined I would one day see it in person. Who would have thought?
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, que ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie.
March 23rd, 2015 is the day I got on a plane for the first time, and it was the beginning of a dream come true. I went from imagining walking through Paris to actually being there. It was the most inspiring experience in my life. Traveling abroad transformed me and opened my mind. It motivated me to see the world differently, to explore and appreciate all different cultures and experiences, so far removed from my own. Paris is full of history, beautiful art, and detailed architecture. Context Travel provided us with amazing walking seminars in Paris, Normandy, and Germany. Our amazing docents were so knowledgeable, and I learned so much from them. Notre Dame and Gothic Paris, in which we learned how to tell the difference between Gothic types of architecture and buildings. City Invented, Haussmann and the Making of Modern Paris. We walked through different streets to compare the way Paris used to look to the way Haussmann transformed the City of Light. Giverny, where we visited the gardens of the Impressionist artist Claude Monet. Most of his artwork was inspired by his beautiful gardens. I loved the process of learning as I walked through a new city. While all of the walks were amazing, Versailles impressed me the most. It was mind-blowing to learn the history about the massive palace. We walked through the expansive grounds and across hidden gardens that suddenly appeared behind tall rows of trees. We also took a bike ride to Marie Antoinette's Hamlet, which was really fun. The beauty of this place stands in stark contrast to its complicated and often violent history. From its initial construction by Louis XIII in the 1600s to its role in the French Revolution under Louis XVI. Walking and biking through the beautiful gardens of Versailles was amazing. There is so much thought put into the construction of this place. For example, perspective is used throughout the palace to trick your eye into thinking that things are not so far when in reality they are. For example, when you walk down the stairs going towards the main garden, the castle of Versailles disappears when you get to the bottom of the stairs. Things like these are all over, and many tourists don't really notice it, but thanks to our docents, we learned about them. I remember that I did not see the Eiffel Tower until 3 days into my trip. On our way there, I was already conflicted. During this trip, I quickly learned that Paris is much more than just the Eiffel Tower. I had seen other places that overwhelmed me with joy, and that I will never forget. But for me, the tower had a special significance. Seeing it with my own eyes filled me with emotion. Today, every time I go into my room, I get a flashback to that day that I walked out the metro and saw the massive structure with my own eyes. We walked along the side of the River Seine towards the Eiffel Tower. It got bigger and taller with each step. We scaled more than 200 flights of stairs to the second tier of the Eiffel Tower to see the city of light from above. Going down on elevator to ground level was torture, because I didn't want to leave my dearest obsession. It all seemed surreal until I was facing the river. I was thinking about how far I had come, how it hadn't always been easy, and how it was all worth it. As I turned away from the river, I witnessed the most incredible thing I had ever seen. The Eiffel Tower lit up, glimmering with a flourish of sparkles that made the entire city glow. Context travel gave me something invaluable. It expanded the breadth and scale of my goals and ambitions. I want to study abroad in Spain, and once I get my degree and have a stable life, I'll travel around the world and take my parents with me, so they could see what I saw. I want them to see the other side of the world, just like I did. Now that I look back to that wonderful week and a half, I believe that I could say that I can move on from the Eiffel Tower and begin a new obsession with the rest of the world.